Hey, human. My name is Tom Jacobs. I'm on the web at tdjacobs.com and also healingsuicide.com. And I'm an evolutionary astrologer, which means that I look at how people change over time. And I treat this life as a chapter in a longer or multi-life journey. And if you want to learn about how I do astrology that way, check out the Soul's Journey trilogy of books, Soul's Journey 1, 2, and 3. For years, I haven't done many relationship readings, and I'm doing them again, but I need to explain to you how and why I do them the way I do them. So it's not a brand new teaching. I've been using this teaching about how I understand relationships for years. And if you've or anybody who's done a lot of work with me on relationships, this will sound somewhat familiar. But I'm really working on, especially in this video, kind of codifying this message, so you have an understanding of why I don't do it the way astrologers typically do relationship readings. So the most important influence on me is Hermes. Jehudi, Thoth, Saint Germain, Merlin, that being. As a channel, I've learned a ton from that being, and also have a kind of an ongoing Wi-Fi connection with that being. So the data bank that is its knowledge base is accessible via my head all the time. It's not all inside my head. That would make me crazy. But I can ask questions and answer and find different kinds of things. So one of the things that he's been teaching me to do over the years is to treat people as these individual evolutionary projects. So I'm on my path of evolution. You are on yours. They are unique paths, but we have certain things in common living on this part of the Earth timeline at this juncture point in time. And one of those things is that we are in a slow transition from the Pisces to the Aquarian Age, which these changes of ages happen about every 2100 years. And it's a global shift in how we consider ourselves and each other and the world. When we're in Pisces, the best thing is to go with the flow. When we're in Aquarius, the best thing or the needed thing is to individuate after having spent 2100 years going with the flow. Different people will argue about whether the Aquarian Age has started now or whatever. I don't care. I don't worry about the timing. I live as best I can as if we are transitioning. As I'm transitioning, you're transitioning. So when we look at you as an individual through that lens of Aquarian Age transition or individuation, one of the most important things is that you know yourself and work with parts of yourself, work with different layers and attitudes and beliefs and issues. You're free to be connected to others, but others are only showing you, in terms of relationship readings, others are showing you where you are in your self-validation individuation process. So how astrologers typically look at relationship readings, there's synastry readings, which is where you overlay charts on each other. And you say, oh yes, well, so-and-so's sun is trining so-and-so's moon, and there's a dialogue on There's a valid perspective on that, but that valid perspective, for me, is an old paradigm. The new paradigm is understanding why you attract what you attract. Not so-and-so's moon is sesquiquadrature, whatever, so-and-so's sun is opposite your Saturn. That's helpful to a degree, right? That's a synastry kind of chart. And people doing synastry, I'm not criticizing you. If you're seeking synastry readings, I'm not criticizing you. But I'm just offering you this opportunity to see yourself as a being evolving out of an old paradigm into a new paradigm. All of my work is about the new paradigm, basically Aquarian Age perspectives on how a human can be and develop, right? Okay, and become empowered and strengthened. The other relationship thing is composite charts, and there are different methods of combining charts or blending birth data to find a middle ground, so to speak, right? Like you blend the, I can't even think of any examples right now. Oh my God, why can't I think of it? Let's say that you're an early Leo sun, you're dating a mid Scorpio sun in the middle of the Scorpio degrees, and you would combine them so your composite sun would be in the middle, which would probably be late Virgo, early Libra, or something like that. So anyway, so that's a composite. So Synastry and composite are the norms. And I realized years ago, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. So I stopped doing relationship readings. And so somebody recently asked me in a marketing convo, like, what do people want that you won't do or that you don't do? And I was like, oh, that's easy. Relationship readings, and here's why. And she was like, oh yeah, tell me more. And I was like, what? And I had this whole thing. So I had blocked myself from doing relationship readings because I didn't realize I needed to explain the different paradigms. So here we are. So as long as this video is on YouTube, I'm available to do relationship readings. Check out the post I linked to in the bottom, in the description below the video. Right now, this isn't on my site because I'm experimenting to see if people are open to the new paradigm stuff. But anyway, as long as this video is posted, they will be available. And you're the center of your own universe, essentially. You are on a karmic path, a multi-life journey to learn certain things. And the people that you have contracts with, soul level contracts with, families one set, relationships are another set, right? But those people represent major learnings for you. So imagine, you know, somebody growing up and getting together with somebody who's pretty much just like her mom, or pretty much just like his dad, or vice, you know, or the inverse. And why do we do that? Why am I you know, head over heels in love with somebody who reminds me of my father who drove me crazy? Because my dad represents something that this person also separately represents. So I'm the factor here, right? I'm the common denominator. Okay, so we learn what you need for your evolution. This is what I focus on in relationship reading. So this new paradigm relationship reading I'm offering is there's a set fee you could see on the web page or on the post or my site, and you get a half an hour blind read, 30-minute MP3, how I see your relationship journey. What are you looking for? What are parts of you unconsciously needing? What unmet needs from many lives might be there? How does relationship fit with your path? What kinds of patterns, because of those path details, what kinds of patterns might you attract? And I guarantee you would have already attracted them. This is not like, you know, me making something up. You will already have done this thing 4 times or that thing 10 times. I can almost guarantee you. But let me explain to you in this blind reading where it comes from and how to change it. Then, after you chew on that and process that MP3, and allow for a few weeks to get that, just because I imagine there may be a queue and I have a full schedule otherwise. But after you get that, then you have a live hour with me to go through it, ask more specific questions, talk more specifically about particular relationships that are difficult or real challenging learning opportunities, or 2 half hours. I'm giving you that option, 1 hour or 2 half hours. And you can decide that on the call, meaning we can plan for a half an hour and then you can extend it to an hour, or we can plan for an hour and you can cut it short of half an hour and come back later with more questions. But anyway, that's the new paradigm. You're the center of a universe that's unfolding. You are attracting others to show you where you are in that unfolding. Like if you look at anybody's relationships, relationship histories, including me, you'll see a bunch of things, and then when you really kind of think about it and look at how this thing happened and how you responded, and you'll see certain patterns and themes and threads. So there's a way to do this without a blind read, but it takes a lot more time. So allow me to cut to the chase. Let your spirit guides, let Hermes / Jehudi / Thoth, Saint Germain, let us cut through that so you see the bigger picture. And it will help you more to have that bigger picture and then talk with us. It'll help you more than just going through these 4 relationships that created a pattern that have been making you crazy. So the way that I do these multi-life readings, the way that I do these readings, you can read the feedback on my consultations page about the Soul's Journey. They used to be called Soul's Journey Soundbites. Now they're Soul's Journey Multi-Life Overview readings. But read those and people say, you know me better than anybody I've ever met. How do you know me? You know, we've never met. You just looked at my chart for a half an hour. So these things cut to the chase and help you understand the overarching stuff Why am I attracting this? And then I'll of course help you see how to shift it and change it and stop certain patterns that are unhealthy or making you crazy. Over those several years where I wasn't offering relationship readings, people would say stuff like, they send me an email, and the person would be like, well, you know, my dad's sun is at 17 Aquarius, and his moon's at 15 Capricorn, and they'll name all these things, and the Mars is square my blah blah blah, and his South Node is, and my brain would like have steam coming out of its ears, not anger but confusion, and I'd have to like try not to read her moon is that's a quadruple. Try not to read it because it doesn't compute, because it doesn't matter, because your patterns are your patterns. Who you draw to you, including family, it's who you draw to you to learn about where you are in your process of self-validation. So anyway, I hope that you will, if you're inspired to get a relationship reading from a reader who's bringing through the Aquarian Age as best he can, the Aquarian Age perspectives and teachings and learnings as best he can, please give me a chance to do a reading for you. Anyway, you can read all about that at the blog post linked from the description. As long as this video is up, I'm available to do these readings. Take care of yourself. Oh, and in general, find me at tdjacobs.com. Okay, bye.